Okay, I think we're everybody in here. All right, y'all. I hope y'all can hear me okay. Let me get the chat up. I should have brought the iPad in here, but it's okay. We'll work through it. I hope y'all can hear me okay. You know what? I keep forgetting. I have a TV. I can't watch nothing on it anyway right now. I'll give it about 5 minutes, see if anybody come in, and then we'll talk. If not, I'm gonna talk, and then I'll get off of here and handle other stuff. And Starbucks drink of the day, I didn't go by Dutch, but the lid is sucking. I don't know what if they just got a bad batch, but it's not staying on the cup. It just keeps coming off the cup, and I hate it. So, oh, you know what I can do? I got another cup I could put it in. That's all right. I'll work with it later. Anyway, we'll work on it later. I ain't got the energy right now to deal with it. Anyway, I hope y'all are blessed. Well, hold on. You know what? I got another Starbucks cup that I just have water in. So I'm going to see if I pour this in there. I drunk enough of it. This is called the pink drink, and I actually do like it. I don't know. I've only run into Starbucks a couple of times where they just have bad lids. And this is one of those times where the lid was not holding on. As soon as she gave me, the lid was coming off. So it's called a pink drink. It's like coconut milk and strawberry juice, I think, together, and strawberries. Something like that. It's really good. Hey, Kathy, can you hear me okay? Let me know if you can hear me okay. I meant to tell you, sometimes I turn the Bluetooth off, but I don't think I had the Bluetooth connected. Can you hear me okay? Okay, good deal. How you doing? How's your weather? Today was, so I slept in. I got out of here about 10 o'clock, 10-ish, 10-ish. Nah, it was closer to 11-ish. And I ended up going to get some pho. After pho, I went to right next door to the pho place is a bubba tea house. You know, the Asian teas with the bubbas at the bottom. So I went there next and I went to the bathroom. And then I had to run by Whole Foods. Okay, so I like lamb. I do like lamb. I love leg of lamb is my favorite, but I also can do lamb chops, but my favorite is leg of lamb. But I watched this there a channel on YouTube called Trout and Coffee. It's a guy. And now he's got a girlfriend, wife. I don't know what she is to him, but anyway, they're together. But when I first started watching him, it was just him, and he was living somewhere in the East Coast, and very relaxing. Some of the countryside. I'm not talking about New York. I'm talking about I don't know. Maybe I don't know if it's like a Connecticut or somewhere up in the mountains. Like it's mountainous, it's green with all the trees. Maybe a Vermont. I don't know. I can't remember. He mentions it in there, but it's just so serene. So I watch him a lot. And him and his buddies made lamb hamburgers. I was like, ding, 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 ding. I got to try this because I love lamb. So I was looking for ground lamb. Now I could have went to the Middle Eastern restaurant or Middle Eastern store, but I haven't been there in a while, and I wasn't sure what their cost was. Whole Foods high as hell, but Whole Foods and Sprouts had the same exact meat, and they had like a pound of the ground lamb for like $10, which is high. But I went ahead and bought it because I just got a craving. I probably can get about two, maybe three. Well, if I make them fat, if I make them fat, it's gonna be two burgers. If I make them a little more thin, I could probably get three burgers out of it. But in reality, it's probably gonna be two nice fat lamb burgers. So that's probably what I'm gonna do. And so he talked about when him and his buddies would get together, they do this, and it looked really, really good. And it's kind of the old, I didn't want to say kind of ghetto black, where you make chopped onions and you bell peppers and you chop them up in there, and it had pieces of that in the lamb. And I was like, oh, it looks good. So I'm gonna try it. That's gonna be not tonight, but I'll probably do it tomorrow. I got some leftover meatloaf. I went to my old people restaurant and I got some leftover meatloaf in there, so I'm gonna do that. Ah, that's what I meant to get. I totally forgot. Maybe tomorrow. I want some Brussels sprouts, and I got some in the refrigerator, but they might have been in there for too long, so I got to go in there and see how they doing. But I'm gonna do some Brussels sprouts with some balsamic and air fry them and put them in the air fryer. So that's a really good way. Or you can also bake them. I remember growing up, I like Brussels sprouts, but I know most people don't like them because they were always overcooked and mushy. So Anyway, what's your weather like, Miss Kathy, there in Dallas, in Texas? And here it was like 80. So yeah, by the time I got out of Whole Foods, got back, I was like, it's 80 dang degrees. It was a little warm today. But right now my house is a little chilly. I'm in my shorts and t-shirts. When I got home, I switched out and did that. Tomorrow I don't know if I'm going for breakfast. So I got to get out of here for a little bit. Tonight I want to work on the house, do some cleaning and a little bit of homework. What's the temps like? Oh, okay, yeah. See, that's what I thought it was going to be today. I thought when I looked at my thing, it said 60, but maybe I was so tired this morning. Um, like I said, I've been learning for the new job, and man, by the end of Friday, I was done. I got one assignment I haven't even done for my class. I just been so tired. I was like, I'll just take the hit. I'll do the assignment tomorrow, but it's gonna hit me. It's gonna knock me from an A to a B, but it's okay. I'm just been exhausted, and I needed a mental break. So Saturday or Sunday, I was supposed to do this assignment. Didn't do it. I was like, I'll do it Monday. Monday, I was like, I'm not feeling this. I've done everything else, but I haven't been feeling that. It's good. It's. So I'm enjoying it. I can tell you right now, though, we got some folks in the group that are in training who are, how can I put this? I'm trying to put this way. There's a new shift in mindset. And I understand, I'm probably the oldest person in the room. Some of them just found out I was 55. And so, because I had to make a little statement, because it's insanity. Jay, what's up, baby? I haven't seen my Jay in a while, and upon this rock I build my church, and the gates of hell shall not prevail against it. Let the church say amen. How you doing, baby? Welcome to the channel again, Mr. J. How's my brother in Christ? I ain't seen you in a minute. I and Jay, I'm in a new job, so I'm just telling Kathy asked me how the new job was going. So I enjoy it. So understanding a little bit about me, I am very analytical. So I'm a person that likes to look at a problem and try to figure it out. And I don't have a problem doing that with jobs. I like to understand. It's not for me to memorize. It's not to be the best. I try to do the best I can do. Hey, Delphi, what's up, baby? Welcome back. How you doing? How's your weather? Kathy just asked me how the job is going, so I'm giving her some background on that. We'll get into some little talk later. But so for me, I'm enjoying it. So what I do, I am a claims analyst for an insurance company that deals with auto insurance. That's what I do now. So there's different levels of the claims. There's like the initial level, then it would be my level. So what I will do is that I can make immediate decisions on whether to settle the claim, close the claim, whatever. I can handle that right off. But there's different guidelines by which we analyze a claim to see where it's at in the process. Is it immediately that I can pay for, let's say, a child seat was messed up? Some of the states require you for their child seats to, the state requires that it has to be replaced. Even if they say, oh, no, I don't need it, we have to pay them for it. That is a state requirement. I think it's California's that state. So I have to look at that, and then I may have to go and find out what the cost to replace the seat is. And then we may send the money right to the person saying, here's, they can keep the same seat if they want to, but here's the money for the replacement seat, to say, hey, if they want a replacement seat, we sent them the money to get the replacement seat. Now, if they don't do that, that's between them and the state of California. Got nothing to do with us. We did our part. Sometimes figuring out the liability, because you have people in an accident, they got their side, the other person's side, and the truth. And so we sometimes have to listen to both sides, sometimes wait for police reports. So I'm looking at all that information. And for the type of brain and the way I think, that's a good job for me. It keeps my mind busy. By the end of the day, it's just like, whew. And so what I'm doing, what we're all doing in the class is figuring out how to use a system to make the proper judgments and how to follow, I call it the bread trail. So left, right, but you have a lot of different jumping around you're doing into a lot of different rules. And the rules also can be based on the state. So my licensure was really based out of one state on the East Coast. because there are two states, I guess, per the insurance company I work for, that you can, if you pass the licensure and get licensed there, then all the other states will automatically license you, which is known as reciprocity. So they automatically license you because you got licensed out of this XYZ state. So if you pass that license test, you don't have to do one for our state. We automatically will license you because you passed it there. So right now, I'm licensed in one state on the East Coast, and they've just put in my licenses for 11 other states. So 10 states, one, and then another state. And right now I'm waiting for, I just filled out applications on Thursday and Fridays for those states. So right now I am an analyst. I'm a claims analyst, I think it was property and casualty for this one state. So, thanks, Kathy. So it's good because claims analyst with an analytical mind is perfect. And so even in the class, when I'm working with the more experienced claims reps that are what we call peer coaches, they're like, you're reading this like a claim. So that's good. I'm getting the feedback that I'm looking at it as a claims analyst. And she says, it almost feels like you're somewhat seasoned. I'm not. It's just the way my quirky mind works. So I'm a person that I'm going to try to figure it out. And like we had one where the person there was like, they were going one direction. This other person say, no, they hit me. And then there's a police report and there's a witness. Well, I'm sorry. You ran into two cars. Okay. One of them be our insured. And there's a witness that wasn't in any of the cars who say you did this. So I'm already making the decision based on the police report, the testimonies, the statements. You at fault for this, and this person ain't at fault for this. And whether it's our insured or not, I got to look at the facts of the situation. So, and then how I leave my notes. And so I'm talking to a bunch of people. Sometimes I'm talking to the insured under our company. Sometimes I'm talking to the person, the claimant, who our insured could have hit or been hit by. I'm talking to the tow companies. I'm talking to the repair facilities. So it could be something of that nature. I don't deal with the lawyers. If that goes to a whole nother department. So if a lawyer becomes involved, we actually send it somewhere else. There's another group that's trained to deal with that in the claims aspect, and they deal with the lawyer part. I don't deal with that. I deal with the second level. So they'll contact the initial level maybe to report this incident, and then it'll come up to my level as a second level, and we'll make that decision. We can make immediate decisions to try to get them out, get those claims settled. So I'm enjoying it. Like I said, for the way my brain works, I'm thoroughly enjoying it. Anybody come in? Yes, thank you. For those of y'all who are in here, give me that likes and that thumbs up. So anybody who sees this later down the road, please give us a like, please give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe if you haven't. It is blessing me. I'm not like somebody who's getting thousands of dollars, but within about a year or so, I might get $100, and it was $100 more than I had yesterday. So please bless us by thumbs up, likes, and even if you make comments on any of the newer old videos, it does help. I'm going to go in here and probably take a Saturday or Sunday and go in and organize the videos. For the old trucking videos, I'll put those all under a playlist. I may do a couple different playlists for those. And then I'll do some other playlists so that if you want to play them. So I want to get in there and break them out and organize it. And I'll be doing that. A lot more. I want to get some over the road, when I leave the house, because I found, for whatever reason, people enjoy watching me at the laundromat, and it's not necessarily me. Y'all like, and don't get me wrong, I guess there's that, like, I could sit and watch the washer spin with the little, the little plastic or glass dome. And it is a relaxing thing. Some people like that, and you're maybe at home, you're not be able to do life as normal, or you just find it relaxing. Like sometimes I can watch people who organize stuff in a house, and it is the most relaxing to me ever. Like I said, I watch that Trout and Coffee, and I thoroughly enjoy them. They sometimes do some stuff in the garden. They've been doing stuff on their house. They might cook something in the kitchen. He might go help somebody with a friend. And I don't know why. I find that watching this dude is relaxing. The countryside, they get in the water. They just do different stuff. I'm not a cat person. I even enjoy the cat. There's a black sister what's that? Sunday Love. I think that's her name. Sunday something. She's living in Japan and she done got two cats. And her two cats to me, I'm not a cat person, but I thoroughly enjoy watching them doggone cats. Me too. It's just relaxing to me. I can't even call it. It's just a very relaxing experience. So I can sit and watch that. There's a Christian girl on here I've been watching. She's in London and enjoy her. She actually had come here to the U.S. and was trying to break into the music industry. Got back to Europe and was not in the best of shape and was living in a small room and it sounds like the situation wasn't good. And then just start praying and God blessed her with her own place, a beautiful little apartment. And I watch her and I enjoy her and she'll talk about the Lord. And so I enjoy watching her. As a matter of fact, but before I came in here, I was watching a video from her. She's doing the vlogmas. And I don't know, I thought about doing vlogmas. I'm decided if I'm going to do that yet. Where you do a video every day. So I think leading up to the holidays or whatever. So I don't know because we're not that far. So I don't know. I don't know. I might do something. I ain't decided yet. Um, with the recent phone call that I've had, and actually I think another one that was kind of reaching out to me today. I'll talk about that in a minute. Um, I might do that because I understand that there are people who at this time of the year are struggling with stuff. Truckerette, what's up, baby? Yeah, so there's people who are struggling at this time of the year. So I may do that. I'll be talking about that here in a minute. But yeah, I actually enjoy the job. What I am finding though is there are people who are complaining about the training. And I don't think the training is bad. I see areas that it can be improved, but everything can be improved. Hell, we personally, individually can be improved. But I think the training is pretty good. It is just a lot of information. And the training is 12 weeks long. So initial training is 12 weeks. Two of those weeks, the first week is orientation. The second week is preparing you for the state exam you have to take to become an insurance claims uh, um, adjuster. That's it, a claims adjuster's license. So that's the second part is that you have a whole week of just cramming for this claims adjuster's license. And then after that is your full on-board training for the job. And then 4 weeks of that training starting on the 26th for us of December will be in office. So I'll be in office for one full whole month. And that's when we start doing incoming calls. Right now we're doing outbound and learning just how to navigate the claims. Well, people are upset because the people is like, okay, look it up because they're showing you how to use the system. But the problem is we're in a society now where I need you to put your nipple in my mouth and I want you to tell me to go left and right because TikTok and YouTube and everything else and mama and daddy and everybody else do stuff for me. So me doing it for myself or learning to do it, they don't want that. And it's the society we're in. It's a different world. So these people are they complaining, they upset. One guy talking about I'm already looking for another job. I'm like, bro, you haven't even given. I get when it's a crappy company. This is not a crappy company. This company is a Fortune 50. They like in the top 50 of insurance companies in the nation. And you sitting at a Fortune 50 that walked you in the door with a pension day one, uh, with 401k day one, offered you benefits from jump and good benefits. We got the number one in health insurance company in the nation. $100,000 life insurance policy and an $80,000 accidental death and dismemberment policy. What's wrong with you? But I understand they don't know. And they don't. I mean, I probably was ignorant in my own ways. I'm like, the two best companies I worked for were Schwab and Chase. Those were the top two best companies I ever worked for. Now, granted, things happened and I walked away. Chase actually ended up being purchased. I didn't know that was going to happen. But the reason I left was different. I actually was chasing money. So I got offered more money at another place. But sometimes you have to look at the bigger picture. And now under wisdom, I realized that the dollars plus the benefits is really what you're making. So you got to see, and it's like one of the guys I met when I first started there day one, he had left and he's a supervisor. He said, yeah, I left. He said, I just came back. I started laughing. He's like, yeah, I thought the grass was greener. I went somewhere for more money and he said, it was awful. And so sometimes the more money hourly or what you think is better is not. It's horrible. So far, like I said, it could be the honeymoon stage, but I'm impressed. But they're complaining, some of them, not all, but quite a few, because it's hard. It's not an easy job. See, that last company I had was easy and it sucked. But it was easy. I mean, you like I said, you don't need no intelligence to work. The last company is you if you can read, you got a job. It's like when Bill said, and I'm not knocking truckers. Bill said, if you can sit your butt in the seat and go up and go back, you got a job. Meaning getting into trucking is not hard. Now, finding a decent company, that's a whole nother can of worms. And trucking can be a rewarding career, but it is a lifestyle. It is different. And it's different. So, but the issue is that you once you learn the skill, you got a job. The same way with that company that I was at. Granted, one of the older ladies, she contacted me. What was that? Wednesday? I think it was Wednesday. And she said, Can I call you? Because she didn't know. She just found out I left. She mad. And they got a whole bunch of weirdness going on. And when she called me, I was like, okay, Lord, this is just confirmation that that everything needed to happen the way it happened. And so she called me, and her name is Miss Alberta. And she said, no, excuse me. She said, can I call you? And I said, I'll call you about 10 minutes because I have her number. So I called her, and she said, when did you leave? And I said, well, I gave him notice last Thursday. She goes, you did that smooth because I didn't even know you left. She said, you said you were going on vacation for a month. And she said, and you was not coming back. I said, I knew back in, I think it was September. I knew in September I was leaving. And I said, but I just, I was waiting it out to get my vacation time. And then I scheduled it because I knew what we were coming up on. And she said, and I guess then while she's seeing that I'm not there anymore, because there's a way in the system, I think it's Teams or whatever, where it shows like you're not, I forgot what it says, not unavailable, not active or something like that, which shows you're terminated. So she goes, it said not active, and she said, this girl done quit. And so I told her what had happened with that weird manager and all that stuff before I left. I had talked to her because she's part-time. She's not full-time. Her full-time employment is with one of the grocery chains here in Arizona, and she originally was from Chicago. And she's been with them for a long time. She said she's about 2 years away from retiring. And so she said, girl, I'm sitting up there depressed and pissed off because you done quit because you good. And she said, and they can't keep good people because they stupid. And she said, and no sooner than I did that, she gets pulled back by the supervisor, the one who told me how to handle that call, because we used to be on the same team. These types of calls. And she said he gonna pull her back, and he gonna tell her that they had to put her on corrective action for attendance. She just got back from a week of vacation. I said, wait a minute, I'm not understanding. If you just got on vacation, why are they giving you attendance for vacation? Wait for it. They told her, oh, well, we just recently changed the attendance policy. So if you have this much as off time, it now throws you into this corrective action state. So she said, what the hell is wrong with you people? And she's got that 4-letter word mouth. And she used some expletives and basically told them that, hey, this is what's wrong, why y'all can't keep good people, because you crazy, and she's the M and the F word. I was like, Miss Alberta, who's your part-time child? She said, I was pissed off when I saw you was gone. And she's a sweetheart. And she said, I was just pissed. I said, you know what, Miss Alberta, I'm going to tell you something. Everything happened for a reason. I said, A, this is more money. It's almost $5 more than what I was making per hour. B, I'm home 75% of my shift, 75% of my work time. So I'm home for 3 weeks out of a month. I only have to go into the office 1 week of a month. I said, so in reality, this works real well for me. This means I save on gas. Gas, by the time the end of a week is over, gas about anywhere from $30 to $50. I'm saving on that. I said, so in reality, and I'm getting some stuff. I need to do some stuff around my house. My house has kind of fell apart because I was just coming in here and I was tired. I was going to the job, coming back home, doing homework and crawling into bed. I was exhausted. Now I might be a little tired just because I'm learning, but I'm getting little stuff done around the house that I've been putting off. So Even though y'all can see my box back there. And I still got boxes over here, but I've been working in room after room and doing little bit, and gradually starting to see some, uh, some headway. So like I went through some of my black bags in my room that I got to send to Goodwill. I'm going through clothes and stuff that I'm giving to Goodwill, things that need to be tossed, so forth. So I'm working on that. I'm rearranging that room back there in my bedroom. And I'm getting ready because I have a friend of mine who's a flight attendant. When she come, I'll see if she want to be on camera. She's a flight attendant she was started with Continental, and now they got merged with United. So she's a United flight attendant. And so she was talking about coming out in October. And I told her, and she's like, well, you want me to come out? When am I coming out after the first of the year? And I said, it can't be January because I'm in training through the end of January. So this training is long. And so she'll be coming out. I'm thinking it's gonna be March, February, March. I'm thinking March more because since I just started this, granted, from day one we were earning personal time off. So like when you come in the door, they give you your personal time off. You start earning it, but on top of that, they give you every year what they call a celebration day. So that could be your birthday, it could be an anniversary, it could be grad. You use whatever you want to use it for. You just got to schedule it. Well, since we came in before the end of the year, all of us got it. And they're like, well, we don't want to lose it. So they said, okay, we'll just schedule it for you. So we're all scheduled Friday the 22nd off using our celebration day. So I'll be off Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And then we're in the office. Now it's going to be on. So these babies complaining because, oh, the training this and I don't know what I'm doing. That's why they showing you. What they're trying to do is kick the training wheels off. You guys, you got the information. Now you just need to put the pieces to puzzle together and you got to figure it out. Every situation is going to be different. So you got to step through this information and manage the claim as best you can. And so there's some parts where it's step 1, step 2, step 3, but they're trying to tell you is, okay, this step, this step, this step. And then what's going to get to a point, you're going to go look over at the information for the state and see the rules there. Does that apply to this particular claim? No. Then you jump back over to the normal claim process. Okay, does this apply? Move to this. And it does that. It says, okay, if this isn't what you see, then go to this. Well, you're going to automatically start knowing some of that right off the top in your head. And you're going to move through it because the girl who is what we call, that was our little group that we had. So they broke us out in little groups. Our peer resource person, I forgot, she just got promoted to like one of the people who's going to be on the helpline. So when you call to get help, if you need to learn, have a question on how to handle something or where to go for something, you call the helpline. She's going to be one of those people now. But right now she's training us. She's been there, I forgot, maybe a year or so. And she said, and I said, how long? Because she fast. She showed us a claim. That girl did that claim in under 1 minute. I was like, it was fast. She's like, click, 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 click. She clicking these little things, looking at it, and she read, boom, okay, boom. Next thing I know, she did, made a phone call out. Hi, Mr. Customer, I'm calling because we need to know, did the airbags deploy? Was anybody injured? What kind of damage? Is the car drivable? Where are the keys to the car? I mean, this girl hit everything. And I was like, okay, look, how long it take you to get there? And she did it in like a minute. I mean, just like a whole minute. And I was like, how long it take? So a lot of the folks want things easy in life now. And it has to do with this microwave society we have. We want it easy. That's why you got companies right now talking about, they talking about, oh, the economy's doing better and there's tons of jobs because ninjas don't want to work. Folks don't want to work, especially this younger generation. They want it easy. They want to sit at the house with mom and daddy taking care of them, playing video games. That's what they want to do. Smoking weed. That's what they want to do. They don't want to be on their own. In some cases, mom and daddy don't want them to be on their own because they don't want to be lonely. Mom and daddy don't want to be lonely, and they want these kids there until they die. And then once they die, they don't even know how to function because mom and daddy done had their titty in their mouth. My buddy Joe, I love him. He got a nephew. He's still making doctor's appointments for somebody who damn near mid-20s, doing his financials for him, and he in his 20s. The hell you say? Well, how do you do this? Because I need to do for a 20-some-year-old? doing it? Do you hold his penis and pee in the toilet for him too? It's just amazing to me. It's one of the most and we actually had a talk about this on, was it Friday? And I say what I feel too. I'm getting old, so I don't even care no more. I don't care. I don't be caring. I say what I feel, and you don't like it, or well, I don't really care. Cause that's another reason I like being home. Cause outside this door is madness, folks. I had my pho, ate that. Weird folks up in there. Delphi, what's up? Hold on. Let's see what you saying to me, Miss Delphi. I can't sit at in Dad's house. Got on, but it's a different generation, Delphi. I can't explain it. Okay. So I got a couple friends that I really, and their kids aren't bad. Well, Joe's situation a little different, but like I have some other friends, they got really good kids. The kids are really good. They just sorry and they spoiled. And when I mean sorry, I don't mean sorry in the sense of bad kids. I mean sorry in the sense of independence. So let me give you an example. So I got a friend of mine. I ain't gonna mention no names. Me and her went to go to Costco. We went and got some things at Costco. And I had a Costco membership at the time. I'm going to get another one here soon. So I go to Costco and I said, I got a membership. Come on. She went shopping with me. So we get back to her house. And she has a daughter who is 20. I think the baby just turned 23, right? Living in the house. The daughter went and graduated from one of the junior colleges out here and got her associates. Okay. I don't have a problem with you not working while you're going to college. I think that's a good thing. So when she got done with the associates, the summer, told her, I'm just going to take the summer off. Meaning I ain't going to work. I'm just going to sit here in the house. What the hell you say? So where the money coming from? How you paying for your stuff? Okay. Daughter don't have no driver's license. Okay. Her sister, the daughter's sister, my friend's daughter, the sister, her other child, gave her sister a car. My friend is driving the car because the sister who she gave the car to, the child that's in the house that her other sister gave the car to, meaning not my friend, but my friend's daughter gave her other daughter a car. Let me say it better because you got two daughters. The other daughter is living with other family members in the East Valley, but she's renting a room from that family. So I don't have a problem because at least you paying a bill. You paying bills, you buying a car, you doing all that, okay? I'm breathing. Her sister says, okay, you coming of age, I'm going to get another car. And instead of me trading my car in, I'm going to give you my old car. So you're in college and you're now 23 years old and mama's dropping you at school, driving you to your job, and picking you up at 23 years old. Because you won't get a driver's license, but you got a family member that gave you a free car. Wait for it. So we happen to get to our house. The same child living in the house, ain't paying no rent. And my friend is picking up prescription drugs. And, she's sick. Now, she got, I guess, some kind of stomach issues. She don't know all the details. But, I mean, we all got stuff. That's just a part of life. So she like, I said, well, we drive up with the stuff. And I said, you wanted me to honk the horn so your daughter can come out and help you? Oh, no, I'll get it. The hell you say? So my friend is about 4 years older than me. So I'm 55. That means she almost 60. Your 23-year-old child sitting in the house and you hauling the water to the door. The hell is wrong with you? I love her dearly. And I'm not saying her kids are bad kids. They seem to be very nice girls. But I got a problem with that. That to me is insanity. Hey, Tanya, what's up, baby? How's the weather in Maryland? I'm fussing. So, talking about youngsters. So, I'm like, wait a minute. What the hell you mean? So, the other daughter who's living with her aunt, who's renting a room from the aunt and uncle, that daughter came to help with the lights. So, let me talk about that. So, my friend is very much into the holidays. Loves. Everybody said the weather was good. It was like 80 here today. My friend is like, she loves Christmas and holiday, does all the holidays, very much into the creative decorating. So she decorating the home. And so last year, she had lights she had put up and she needed to take them down. I said, well, make sure that your daughter helps you. What's she gonna do? That's what the hell's wrong with him. What the hell you mean? What the hell she doing? She 20 some dang years old. You almost 60. You climbing up on ladders and the child is in there on the cell phone or watching video. I can't. I'm not understanding. I'm not understanding. And that's I can't. I need the nipples out their mouth. I can't stand titty fed kids. And they sit just no independence. Zero independent. Mama making a phone call for you. When I was working at that healthcare company, freaking marketplace insurance, and 60-year-old mamas is calling for their 30 and 40-year-old sons to get them set up on insurance. Why in the hell are you calling from a grown Negro? I'll be like, oh, well, I'm doing this for him because he doesn't know how to do it. And he never freaking will until you die. I got nothing. It irks me. So right now, I love it. I like what I'm doing. At least from what I can tell, it's gonna be enjoyable. I got to get my speed up. It's just really trying to understand the job. My concern is there's people in there that are special, and they complaining already because they not they pissed off at the people training us because all of a sudden the people are like, you got to figure it out, and they not hand holding them. They're not hand holding them on click here, click here, click here, click here. Now they're saying, well, what do you think? Did you look in the SCP? And if you did, where did you go? Which SCP is like our database, our help desk, our database that we look for, our knowledge base. Did you look here? Did you look here? And where did you go? What did you do? How did you get there? What does it tell you to do next? So they're making them read where they want them to say, okay, click on this and then go here. And then this is what you should do. The thing is, that person ain't going to be there as of the 26th. On the 26th, we're going to be having incoming calls. We're going to have to call to the help desk and we have to figure it out. So what they're doing right now is kicking the training wheels off now so that when you get onto the floor, you're not flustered. And now I understand why they hire so many people, because their turnover rate's going to be high. Because you've got a generation of people now that if it ain't an easy job, they don't want to do it. And if it seems like it's going to take me some time to figure it out, and it's not microwave fast, I want out. That's what's going on now. I want out. So that's kind of what's going on right now. For me, I actually enjoy it. I know that I'm not everybody's cup of tea. And I'm not. It used to be, because I know that sometimes I can intimidate. I didn't know that's what it was, but I know I can sometimes intimidate certain people. Intimidate because of how I handle myself and because of the knowledge I have and because of experiences. Not that I'm trying to, but I get people get jealous and they get intimidated. And before I realized it could bite me in the butt, now I just really don't give a good damn. I'm just going to be me, and at 55, you deal with that or not. I'm not worried about it. I'm not trying to be, if something opens up and God opens the door, I'm going to walk through the door. If not, I'm satisfied in what I'm doing. I'm not, you got people, I was a manager at the, and, I was a trainer, and it's, to try to put themselves out there to get attention. I could care less. And my personality is unique. And so right now I get a lot of attention. And I'm old, and I told him, I said, hey, I'm old. And we had a discussion about things that we're seeing in the new generation. We're talking about education and how young kids are acting. I shared a situation where one of my nieces had put on Facebook that she got notified by the school that her son was in trouble because he was sleeping in the class. Well, I guess the teacher addressed it. And so now she going to go check the teacher because of how the teacher addressed the son. I'm sorry, I'm a little twisted off my cap right now. You need to whoop your son's behind, take him up into that school, and say, I dare you to be up in here sleeping while this man or woman is trying to teach you. And if they call me and tell me you sleep in the class, I'm going to come back up here and bust you in your head. Any questions? And if the teacher could paddle you, I would tell him or her to do so. Pay attention. That's what school is for. It's to give you an education. It's not because you can go in there and sleep in the class and you justified to go sleep in the class. Girl, knock that little ninja out. I'm not understanding. But the parents and families are defending the madness. They defending it. That's why when COVID happened, I thought it was one of the best things ever. Now you get to be left at home with them little buttholes that you drop off at schools for teachers to deal with the madness. Child, bye. And defend they crazy behind. And then got the nerve to go threaten the teachers because your child is crazy. I don't get it. I don't get it. So anyway, that's me expounding. But the job itself, I like. Other people don't. We had one guy, and that's the other thing. They in the chat on the company system saying all this negative stuff. Oh, what's wrong with y'all? Are y'all that dumb? They can see what you writing. It's their system. They can monitor it. And y'all in there starting stuff. Children. And some of them ain't far from my age. Amen. Delphi, amen. And the problem is that most people see schools as a babysitting. That's why, I don't know if y'all saw, there was, and it was pretty popular. I think it was like one of those viral videos. It was a black sister. She's hood. And she's on there cussing up a storm because of COVID. Y'all need these schools to open back up. What I'm supposed to do with these little blankety blanks? I'm sitting up there when I saw the video. I'm like, look, is this for real? These your kids. You cracked your legs open and slept with somebody and popped them out. I don't know what to do with their little blankety blank. She cussing everything else. I gotta go get me some weed so I can even. I'm like, oh my God. But the sad part is there's a bunch of people like this. It's disgusting. And they had kids and they don't like their kids. They were irresponsible. They didn't use protection, work, whatever. Now you got the kids. You don't want to raise the kids and you want the public school system to be your babysitter. And that's why we got all these crazy behind people walking around the world today. I mean, they cray. And this privilege thing is absolutely amazing to me. So yeah, you know what? And I'm one of the proponents of this too. This is a big thing I'm a proponent of. You know you got crazy people in your crazy children. You know your child gets so crazy and all of a sudden, way these people got these kids going to these schools shooting up folk. And especially the underage ones, mommy and daddy need to go to jail too. You knew and you produced that. You knew that was crazy. And if you didn't know, that means you're not raising your child. So you don't know what your child is doing. I remember I watched, I can't remember what show it was, and they were doing like stings on people who were doing threats because of all those shootings. And so they showed up at this woman's house, and she up there cussing the cops out because they come to pick up her son because they had identified through the system that he had done some threats through his internet. Girl, that's not my son. My son didn't know a lot of stuff about her son. You know him? And yet he said, man, we've got coming from your house, from your computer, this information. We got a bunch of information. Now, you're welcome to deal with this, but we're taking them down. She defending crazy and don't know what the hell she talking about. That to me is like that with them two parents that they need to lock up, who was sitting up there when the teacher had said, hey, something's not right. This kid's dangerous. He's doing some threats. And he talking about his gun he was given, and his mama sends him a text, we got this, you got to do it so you don't get caught. The hell's wrong with you? Your son threatening of going into school, killing people. And you giggling it. But that tell you exactly what you're dealing with. That tell you everything you need to know. Point blank period. Everything you need to know. Everything. That's what I'm saying. Parents are cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And I've had people, oh, you don't have kids. Well, I did raise two brothers for a good portion. I potty trained them. Pretty much up until I was 15 years old. From 9 to 15, I was them. They really their mama. Other than I didn't go and earn a check, but that's what I did for my two brothers. And I'm sorry, whoop they butt. Don't look. I go handle stuff. Do this, do that. And so I'm a firm believer. Spare the rod, spoil the child. I believe in whipping some behind. And I believe, you don't have to beat kids like how I was treated by my mother. You don't have to do that. But I do believe in discipline. Like my best friend Jane, her father, I don't think she said all he had to do was speak. She said she doesn't recall ever being spanked. She said he spanked her brother. She said, but she don't ever, her father had set such an authoritative relationship with his children. They respected him. And so, therefore, you wasn't going to be no madness up in his house. He had a standard with water. It's actually ice that I want to pour in my cup. I have one of them cups. I need to get an ice machine, y'all. My freezers are packed, so making ice cubes is not. I need to get one of those countertop ice machines. I'm going to go through Walmart and do it. Because I like ice. But right now, my freezers are packed, so having ice trays are like a luxury. Everything else in there is edible, so I don't need any to it. But her father never had to spank her. He never had to whoop his kids. He spoke. And really, if you have parents who are parenting, it should get to that point. Don't get me wrong, you can still have a child come out to be an A-hole. You just, God forgive me, you can. My friend, her and her brother, two different people. And you be sitting up there scratching your head like, how did John become this with Mr. Reed as his daddy? But he's like my brother, Norris. He's been in prison and some other stuff. I don't know, because I'm a firm believer in generational curses. So I'm not sure if that's something that's maybe in the family line somewhere. Or on his mother's side. I don't know, because her mother is Korean. Jane and John's mom is Korean. And sometimes people aspire to do other things. And they get involved in other stuff. I went to school with a guy. I think his name was Noel, if I remember when I was in grade school. Noel grew up he was raised by his grandparents. So I know that actually has an impact. So now you've been abandoned by mama. And I don't even know if it's mama. I'm wondering if mama was on drugs. But I heard later from people I went to grade school with, that's something that he got into. And he grew up, when you knew Noel was very Christian-based home stuff. And my understanding is he ended up heavy into drugs and stuff. I don't know, and prayerfully he got his life turned around. But you have kids that might be shown one way and go a whole nother one. Well, see, Delphi, that means that you was probably paying attention. And so, and if you learn from that, I'm okay with that. But there's problems so like my buddy Joe, his two, nephews. So one of them, so here's an example of just craziness. So nephew's in the teenage years, right before he's supposed to become 18, but still living in your house. And the nephew, he says, go out there because the family's coming over and sweep the outside and get the leaves up and put them in the trash. Here's, use one of the black trash bags and get that up and sweep it up. So what this little nigga did, they ain't black, but this little ninja did, he go back there and sweeps all the leaves into a corner behind this wall near the grill. So my buddy Joe goes out there and he's like, what the hell? He goes out there and calls him out there. He's like, look, he says, what's this? Well, I swept the leaves like you said. He said, I told you to put them in the trash can. Well, they can't see him back there. He says, do you wipe your behind? Yeah. Well, why do you do that? People can't see down there. Because it's the right thing to do. And I said, did you make him go redo it? No. You know what my friend did? He went and did it. This is what's wrong with the kids. At that point in time, you should have taken his phone. You should have said, take your tail out here and get that cleaned up, put it in the trash, and I don't even want to see you tonight. Matter of fact, let me have your phone and your video games. You can go sit in that room. Because when I tell you to do something, you do it and do it right. My homegirl right now. Now, the grown daughter who gave the other sister the car, she come over supposed to helping her mom put up the lights. But see, again, this is a rearing issue. She just throw the lights up there. Don't put them up there to where you can even plug them in. So my friend has to now get up there, almost 60 years old, and redo the Christmas lights the right way. No, I wouldn't have done that. Bring! I'm your mama, right? Yeah. You supposed to come out and put these lights up, right? Yeah. So why are they up here wrong? You need to be over here XYZ time tomorrow and get this fixed. Or right now. Point blank period. Click. Do it right. Don't. Child bye. Cray I had. She'd have punched you in the face. I left a skillet in the sink one time, soaking. That woman came home from work, beat me through the skillet. I wouldn't even talk about that. That night was really bad. My cousin was there and he said, "Are you okay, Shannon?" That's how badly she would beat me, behind a skillet soaking in the sink. So when these trifling children, I'm thinking, nah, y'all need that kind of level of stuff that I grew up in. You don't, child bye. I cannot. Anyway, I put a video up. I want to talk about that real quick. I put a video up. Hopefully some of y'all will watch it. And I think I named it Seasons and But God, something like that. I named it differently. It's actually on my Christian channel too, but it's privated more to them. The Christian channel, I do more private videos because YouTube might do strikes. And so we talk about things that may not be, if I did it publicly, accepted in the liberal YouTube world because I come from a Christian perspective. So therefore, most of my Christian videos are privated and then shared among a private group. So I use it more as a privated way of doing it. But there are some videos, as far as this one, I felt led to share here on this channel. And I had a conversation with a young lady yesterday, day before yesterday or yesterday. Heck, hold on, when was it? It might have been Thursday. I think it was Wednesday or Thursday. I can't remember. One of them days. Hold on, what was yesterday? Yesterday was Friday. So it was Thursday. Thursday I had a conversation with her. And I met her at the bus company. So I told her a little bit of her story in that video. And she's from Chicago. And she had shared some of what she was going through. Now, in the video, I shared some, at least a little highlights of things, but I had told her, because she's saying she was staying in an extended stay here, and I said, told her what I was paying for this place, and I said, if you like, I'll give you my landlord's information. She gave me her phone number, and I shot her over my realtor's number information. And I told her, I said, when you go, this is how you want to speak to her, and this is the information you give. Don't give too much information. Give her what you need to give her. She will ask you for what you need, but see, if you start, and she talks a lot. And I don't know if there was drug usage. I don't know if that, because it's almost like one of them people. I don't know if you've ever met people who've done drugs and they talk really fast, and it's almost like they always got a game in the back pocket. That's kind of how I feel when I deal with her sometimes. But in interacting with her, I was impressed because here you are, you're trying to get on your feet. She had been living out of a car, then ended up in an extended stay, got a job at the bus company. But again, we also got to be careful of the people we have in our life, because she still got a ninja in her life. And the ninja, I don't know if he's still there, but when she got on with the bus company, she was seeing some dude. Originally, she was trying to talk him into going to trucking, and the ninja can't stop smoking weed, so he couldn't qualify for a CDL job, and then decided because the weed was more important to him, he won't smoke his weed, so he don't want to work for the bus company or go anything to CDL, which was probably an opportunity to work for him because the weed was more important than the money. The hell you say? And why are you with him? So she's at the bus company, and I'm sure she might be still smoking at the time. I can't say if she's still there or not. And you still with Ninja who's smoking, talking about, well, because she had a couple accidents at the bus company. And she's like, well, how do they handle that? I said, well, first of all, I've never been in an accident for any company. I said, now I do know that based on trucking, what should happen is they should make you do a urine test to make sure there's no drugs. And then they'll do, make sure there's no workers' comp issues. Well, she then, again, talked too much when they came up to ask her questions. And then she's kept bringing up this drug test, which tells me you worried about drugs. And then because she asked me, well, my boyfriend, he still smokes. Okay, that's a problem, because if you in the vicinity and you could be pulled for a random. Why are you with him? Because he's a detriment to you. There's a level of wisdom we have to use. So that already was part of it. But she contacted me and she said that she was depressed. This time of the year, it was her mother's favorite time of the year. Her mother's been deceased for several years, so forth and so on. And so she's, quote unquote, you the most spiritual MF is what she said. I know. And she used the actual words. And so, I just need to talk. And the talk began about fussing about stuff at the company that she's at and other stuff. And she was out sick because she wasn't feeling well, because she took some time off. I don't know. And I'm just quiet. I'm just listening. Then she started fussing about, I don't know if it's a father, stepfather, and how when she was homeless and needed help, he told her, I ain't going to help no 50 blankety person, 50 some odd blankety year old person. You need to figure this out. Okay. And some of that I can possibly see. I think it's harsh, but it depends on the situation. I don't know your situation, but I do know, based on who I've met, there are some question marks that I have about some stuff. Okay. So at this point, I get off the phone with her, but it sits on me all the way into the following day that, this needs to be addressed, because she's not the only one. I see people at this time of the year who get really depressed during the holidays. They get depressed because maybe folks ain't here. Maybe some of them are by themselves. They might not have family. Some people really, they take the holiday hard. For me, I find it a relaxing time. And I'm a person, so a good example is this morning when I got up, I had a text message from another associate of mine. Are you working today? I have an extra turkey if you'd like it. Are you cooking, or what are you doing for the holidays? Now, the question that was asked, I'm always cautious with this individual, because one time the individual wanted me to cook a turkey for her. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. It's some work I don't want to do. I don't want to cook your turkey for you. I don't feel like doing it. I'm by myself and you want me to cook a turkey for your whole family. You're not paying me for this. No, I'm not. I just wasn't in the mood to do it. And then when I displayed that I did cook, I thought you said you wasn't going to cook. Well, first problem is when I told you what I was going to cook, you asked me could I cook your turkey and do it the way I told you I was doing, a Salvadorian style turkey. Then you told me what you want how you want me to cook. If you telling me all of that, you need to cook your turkey yourself. Point blank period. I'm not the one. So as I've gotten older, there's a point of, and we can still be associates. We can still be somewhat friends. There's just some stuff I ain't going to do. And I'm at a point now I'm going to be like, yeah, no, I'm not doing that. I had another associate of mine at Thanksgiving. Love them dearly. Hey, are you cooking? I was going to try to come by and get a plate, or did you want to come over here and cook? Because they know I like to cook. And sometimes I do. Sometimes I don't. Lately, I ain't really felt like it. And so I was like, well, I don't know. My goal was to go to this little family restaurant I go to with the old people up here and get a turkey dinner, because they said it was going to be open on Thanksgiving. So I said, but I know that she has had some health challenges. So I was like, but I got turkey in my freezer. That's turkey from last year. Wait, well, I don't want no freezer burn. Well, that just stopped that conversation. First of all, if I'm going to go in my freezer, I'm going to cook you for myself. I'm not trying to serve you freezer burn food. But also, if I bring you some food and you ain't got to pay nothing for it, don't worry about it. So we ended up going out to eat, because I can't. I'm not there anymore when people just try to dictate some stuff. And I'm like, wait a minute. I'm telling you ain't got to spend no money. I'm telling you was going to change my plans from what? Nope. So today, I got that message, and then I had just woke up, and I said, "Look, I'm just waking up. I'm going to get me some pho." And then she said, "Okay," which was a kind of a, because I think what she wanted to stop by our talk, and she has lost her. I know her biological father just recently passed, but you didn't grow up with him. As a matter of fact, when you talked about him in the past, it was not good. So you were upset because when you went out there to meet him, he treated you like crap. And, I'm not trying to say she's not supposed to have some feelings for him, but yeah, I'm good. Like she put something all on Facebook. Thank you for taking care of our beloved father to brother. Uh-huh. You didn't care about that man was a dick. Basically what you described to me. That's the stuff that bothers me with people. When folks is dick. I can't fake the funk. They were a dick. They were just a dick. God forgive me. And her dad wasn't, based on what she described, wasn't the best. I hope, and like I say, when anybody dies, I pray that maybe they got it right before they close their eyes to death. I don't wish nobody in hell. Nobody wants that. But she contacted me today, and I got a free turkey, and I won't go into how she thinks she had the extra free turkey. But I said, you know what? Thank you for the offer of the free turkey. But right now, to be honest, I got 3 freezers full. I got a deep freeze, like a Chester freezer, full of meat. It's so full I can't even put an ice tray in it. My freezer on my regular refrigerator is packed to the like this. I can't put it in. My little freezer that I had, refrigerator freezer combo that I had, a little studio type freezer for the truck, that tote freezer is packed at the top too. I don't need no food. I don't need none. Zero. I went to the grocery store today. If I bought meat, it was because I want to use it immediately. It's not. I don't need any meats. Zero. And so I'm getting ready to start dealing with what I got in my freezer, and then go through there and whatever, if it is freezer burn, toss it. But if it's not, and I got a lot of stuff that's in freezer bags. So I mean, some of it. But I got a whole turkey. I got a turkey roast. I got a whole cut up turkey up there. I can cut up a whole turkey into pieces up in the freezer. I had to see how it's doing, to see if it defrost it or if it does need to get tossed. But out of needy, I said, you know what? God has blessed me. Give that to a family who may be in need or donate it. Okay? And I'll be honest, how she probably got the 2 turkeys was a donated situation, because the church I used to go to, that church and the person who used to run the pantry, they do turkeys every year, twice a year. And this would be the weekend that they would have done the free turkeys. I'm going to leave that there. I could be wrong. It could be wrong. And in the last few years, they've been giving out $100 gift cards. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. And I'm going to tell you, this person is doing very well. $8,000 vacations with the 2 boys. I could be wrong. But for me, I made a decision. This is what I'm going to do. And in reality, I'm blessed. And I thank the Lord for his provision and his blessing. Donate that somewhere else. I know that, and bouncing back, I know I'm kind of jumping a little bit. There's a lot going on at the holiday season, and some people have had losses, and it's hitting them big. And I think probably that might have been some of what she wanted to talk about, but that's not what she presented. But I wouldn't be doubtful. Her mother is deceased, and I met her mother years ago. This is another person. And, some people get on the Facebook and the happy heavenly birthdays. That is just bizarre to me. And, they got pictures of the person. And I get that you may miss them, and that may come up at this time of the year. But to me, that level, I'm going to put this. I believe that is because you're not in a place where you understand spiritual things. It kind of goes back to a biblical story when Lazarus was dead. He had died, and the sisters had come, and they like, hey, Lazarus died, And Jesus, like, he's just asleep. He was more hurt because they were hurt because of their loss. When he's like, hey, this is not done. This is not finished here. This is just a step in the process. Okay? He's asleep. And I'm gonna wake him up in time. Now, he did it as a demonstration then for other reasons. But the reality is that is an example of what is, by Christian belief, supposed to happen. This is not it. We are eternal spiritually. So when we die here, we got the transition. We're not in this flesh suit anymore, but that person that's inside, the flesh suit doesn't make me. What's inside is what makes me. The body is just housing the spirit and the soul. So the spirit and the soul is really the character of who I am. So the body is it's just the outer shell for me to walk around and maneuver in a materialistic society, in a material world where I can touch things, where it's tangible. We're gonna graduate to a spiritual suit. It's gonna be a lot different, a different body from this one. If we think that this is it, then yeah, you're going to be sad, depressed, because as soon as they hit the casket, you're like, oh, it's over, it's done. And you think, happy heavenly birthday. And some of us want to say that people are in heaven. I can't say that. I don't know where they went. I'm praying I make it in. I'm hoping I get it right. And I'm all talking to God every day, please help me get it right. Because at the end of the day, it's going to depend on my heart and how he's going to look at it, on how I interacted in this plane of existence. I will not be one of the people who's caught up in folks who done passed on. I pray, hopefully, they got it right before they went. And maybe I'll see them. Hopefully, I'll see them on the other side if they made it in, and I'll make it in the right direction. I don't want to see them in the other direction. Because I don't want to go to the other direction. But I see so many people who are going through this massive depression. I get it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to be insensitive. I'm just saying we need to look through some other glasses. And we can't live in this wallowing negative. You got to start looking. What's movie? Oh, Look on the Bright Side of the Street. What's that? As Good as It Gets. I like one of my favorite little comedies with Jack Nicholson. And you got to look on the bright side of the street, meaning you got to look in a different direction. You can't, if you're going to sit here and wallow in the depression of it all, it's not a good place. And I used in the other video, I talked about Grumpy, because that is why Grumpy stopped taking his medicine. Monty went into a heavy depression. But Monty had some onboard stuff he hadn't dealt with. That narcissism, if you have a narcissistic personality, I'm telling you, if you recognize it about yourself, please go get help. Because once that narcissistic person is not being fed, it becomes a massive depression for you, because your existence has been based off of you being able to manipulate and misuse and abuse people to pay attention to you. But once that is gone, then your existence is nullified. You don't count for anything. And that becomes a depression for people. So for Grumpy, that plus him not being able to sleep with women, plus not being able to pee over a toilet, those things became very depressing for him. And he told a cousin, I don't like my life anymore. I'm not going to do my meds anymore. So basically he's telling her, I'm getting ready to kill myself. They may not look at it as that blatant, but that is exactly what you're doing. If you stop taking your blood pressure medicine, your diabetes medicine, life critical medicines, that's the old people way of killing yourself. I'm just letting you know. And it's different to me from somebody stopping a cancer treatment. This is just, I get the cancer's not getting better. You make a decision, hey, I'm just going to let everything go the way it's going to go. I get that. But diabetes is something that can be maintained, and you still live a decent life. High blood pressure can be maintained. And they'd be like me saying, you know what, I'm not going to take my blood clot medicine anymore. I've been on my blood clot medicine since I was age 29. I'm 55. So if I stop taking that, I'm going to form a clot and have some issues. Actually, just the fact that I wasn't leveled right, I may have had some issues. And that have impacted me. But I'm not just going to up and stop that. Because at the end of the day, I can still function until God tells me to come home. To me, when you making those decisions, that's a whole nother can of worms. Because you depressed. Because your life is not you being the unique person you were before. And we have to look and pay attention to when God is trying to transition and change us. So if you can, go back and watch the video if you haven't. If you are someone who's in this season and you're being depressed and you've lost loved ones and you're in a rut, I'm going to tell you to look and see where God has blessed you and focus on that. Stop focusing on negative people that you've had in your life, people that are dead and gone. Start looking at some other stuff. You still here. So what's your purpose? What is it that you can be doing on being on this side of the dirt? You're not in the casket. The other person is. And you can't live in the fact that mama and daddy and auntie and uncle and grandmama and all them people is dead and gone. That's a part of life. You gotta let that go and start living your days and be a blessing for somebody else. Instead of, wanting, how can I put this? We want somebody to fulfill us instead of the fact of helping people become fulfilled. There's things that you could do to be a blessing. It's just like I told Grumpy when he would just sit there and sleep in that recliner till the casket. I said, bro, you could be speaking into the lives of young males and tell them how not to be what you were in your youth. Teach them how to be, you came apologizing to us for not being a dad and a father. Well, then tell them where you made your mistakes and where you can see that they could do it right. Sleep in the chair all day. All the way to the casket. Entire retirement. Get up, go to the bathroom, go get some breakfast, come back to the chair, sleep. Get up, eat some lunch, do his insulin, go back to the chair and sleep. And he did that for how many ever years until he got more depressed. If you're doing that, you need to go and you need to, talk to someone, prayerfully, but you got to find some reason for your existence. There's times when I'm like, you know what, I need to get out this house. I don't have to be with people in the sense of go hanging with friends. Today was a by myself day. I almost went to the movies today. I almost said, well, you don't want to go see a movie? It was a by myself. This is a time when most people, like my friend Linda, she's got family, Joe's got family. And this is the family time. And I got a couple people I know who are single. I got one of my old neighbors, he's single. He's like, hey, what you doing? But his teeth are messed up right now. So he called me and I talked to him on Thanksgiving because he's older, he's lonely, used to be a truck driver and used to live next door to me. And I called him, hey, Larry, what you doing? Hey, Miss Lewis, what you up to? And we talked for about an hour. I got to check in, matter of fact, right around, I think on the 22nd, I'm going to call the lady who called me about Monty passing, Sister Parker, out in Lubbock. And I also need to check on my dad's friend, Nick. I'm going to call and see how they doing. And Nick is single by himself with 2 dogs. Y'all, I want dogs. I want a Cocker Spaniel. There's a place here, that one wants $1,200 for a Cocker Spaniel. I really, really want this wiener dog next door to my neighbor got. She got 2 of them, but it's only one. Well, I would take both, but I really want one. And she don't know I nicknamed them one Smushums, because I ain't seen him now. He was all the way across the yard. I pulled up in the car, opened the door, and I said something, and all of a sudden his little body was gone. He was like trying to get away from her and come to me. And he made it to my car and just loving, just rubbing his head all on my hand and butt just a wagging. I want him. He's a sweetheart. He's a Smushums. But I also want a Cocker Spaniel. Yeah. Anyway, back to it. But you don't get caught up there. And when I talk to this young lady, she's all over the place, which she normally is. She talk a lot. And I asked her, I said, because I can tell there may be some mental things too. And like I said, I don't know if there was some drug usage. I kind of get drug usage. And one of my truck driver kids on here, because her father had drug issues, and when I was telling her about her, she said, "Is she a drug user?" Right off the bat, and I said, "Yeah, I kind of got that too, that there might have been drug usage at one point. I don't know if she still is or not. I know she drinks because she said that now she can't smoke, she drinking." Addictive behaviors got to have addiction somewhere. Maybe in fact, same thing, but yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I'm just gonna challenge y'all. Don't get caught up. Don't go down these rabbit trails that you don't need to go down. Come back from the ledge. Come back from the ledge. Other than that, that's pretty much on it. I went to Whole Foods today. Whole Foods, y'all, is high as hell. It's a lovely store. However, the patrons, how can I put this? So I noticed in the parking lot, so where I go, the one that's closest to me is over here at the place called the Biltmore area. And it's a lot of folks who, they got money. They got at least they seem as if they have money. They got the Beamers and the big cars and the name brands. So there's a lot of arrogance, even in the parking lot. But when you get in the store, it's almost like, I don't know what's wrong with people. I'm going, does everybody seem to have a butthole personality going on lately? And I don't know. It's just, people are just strange and weird. And I just noticed almost like they would walk behind the car without even, like, I dare you to hit me. Like, I would usually, when I walk, I'd stop if I see a car starting to back up. They just keep walking like, I dare you to hit me. I'm like, what in the hell is going on? Just weird. And even in there with the store, with the basket, the behavior of people, I'm going, this man's pushing his basket like, I dare, like, you're going to stop for me. What's going on? Behaviors are weird. People are weird. People are weird. But I'll be on here next Saturday, Sunday. Talk about something. I don't know. And I haven't decided if I'm going to do the Vlogmas thing. I'm thinking about doing something. Because part of me, I see where I want to shake people and say, wake up and come out of whatever your depression is, your area of looking through the glasses the wrong way. Come out of that. See the blessing, because I'm listening to this girl, and I'm like, wait. I'm going to run it down. You were homeless, but you didn't have to sleep on the street corner. You didn't have to sleep in the dirt. And you didn't have to sleep in the tent. You slept in your car. So that's a blessing. Sorry, you were homeless. From there, you did get a job, good job, making good money with good benefits, union job, and you got a place to stay. It was an extended stay. Then I introduced you to my realtor lady, who got you a really nice crib out in Scottsdale that's yours and was totally remodeled. I mean, very nicely done. Refrigerator, everything, my realtor, she provided it. You didn't have to come up with that. She put it in there just for you to rent it. And you stand in a really nice crib and you depressed. When a couple years ago, or a year ago, you was living out your car and then an extended stay. So what you need to do is, I need a Christmas tree just to celebrate. Look, God, what you done did for me. I got an apartment. I got a place to stay. I can cook a meal. I got a bed to sleep in. I ain't on the street. I ain't in my car. I'm not in the extended stay. And it's rented, but it's my apartment that I'm renting. God, you're awesome. But that's not what you're doing. I'm not understanding. You upset. I'm not understanding. I'm not understanding. We need to let that go. And you caught up in mama who died 3 years ago. You need to let that go. Death is going to happen to all of us unless we get raptured. Let that go and start walking in a different way. I hope that most of y'all on here, and then I'm going to get off of here because it's 70 minutes, are not walking into depression. And I hope that if you don't know God, you get to know God. And again, back to my usual that I will be putting at every video now. If a whole bunch of people disappear, hopefully I'm one of them. I ain't going to tell you aliens and a whole bunch of stuff, but I'm going to tell y'all research the rapture. And if a man come on the scene talking about he wants you to have this number so you can buy and sell, don't take that number because it will damn you into hell. And if you don't know Jesus, it's just a conversation. Ask him to show himself to you and get in a relationship with him. It's not hard. And then you'll be guided accordingly. At the end of the day, my prayer is that you will get to know him. My other prayer is that if you are in this season and you're depressed and you're lonely and whatever else is going on, that I ask you to reminisce and look over your life and see where God's hand has blessed you. Because most likely, even if you're not necessarily walking with him, you may have some blessings where he's trying to show himself to you. Wake up and receive it and ask him to show himself to you more. Y'all, I'm tired. I'm going to get off of here. I had to put some groceries up because I went to the bathroom and I came in here and did the video. It's been 80 minutes. It's a little chilly. I might put my little heater on. Even though it's 80 today, it's cold in my apartment to me. I'll put my little heater on and go in here and put some groceries up and do some dishes and put my lamb in the refrigerator because I'm probably going to cook it tomorrow, not tonight. Then I got to do some homework. And I can't believe how fast today went because it went like a whirlwind because I left this house at 11 and I just walked in this house around 5 o'clock. And I went and my tires, I got the air checked at discount. Well, I ate my pho, stopped at the tea house, got my tires checked, went to Whole Foods, stopped at Safeway. If you're here in Arizona, Safeway got bacon on sale, $5 a pack, Hormel. I might go get 2 more packs. I know. I've been eating BLTs. I like BLTs. And I also meant to get some, what was that I wanted to get? There was something else I wanted to get. There was something else I wanted to get, y'all. Brussels sprouts. So I might go pick some of those up tomorrow. They had some really huge ones at Bash's. I might see if they got them again. Anyway, y'all, 2 and 2, be blessed. Peace.